What's next for crypto? What's next for BTC's price? Bitcoin is holding above $26,000 today is remarkable as equities take a hit. What's next for BTC's price? Because understand that both the 200-week and the 200-day moving averages converge above the current BTC price. This means heavy resistance above $27,000 Bitcoin. So is Bitcoin about to break out or break down? Well, in the options market's opinion, $24,000 Bitcoin price level of puts and $35,000 call options have the largest open interest. 24 and 35 are their most likely scenarios. But long term, it is so obvious that this space is only growing. Here's a snippet from yesterday's World Digital Mining Summit on how a miner is making $56,000 today per Bitcoin mined. Bitcoin is the world's greatest commodity.
What are your thoughts on how essential it is that miners shift to renewables after the halving?
I mean, I think the example in ERCOT is a good example of how attractive renewables is for a Bitcoin miner and kind of the symbiotic relationship between energy markets and a Bitcoin miner. So we've got a project located in the ERCOT market, and by running our mining operations flexibly, where we can sell back the power during times of high power prices when other users need the power, we can actually bring down our all-in net power price. So for the month of August, we actually had a negative power price of 8 cents. So in essence, we were paid about $28,000 of Bitcoin to take power. We then generated $28,000 of Bitcoin for that Bitcoin mined, so a profit margin of $56,000 of Bitcoin. So that shows the attractiveness of renewable energy, where we're benefiting as a Bitcoin miner and have resilience in our economic model, but we're also providing that benefit to this grid, helping stabilise it because of the volatile nature of renewables.
And remember, traders tend to affect the market short term, but fundamentals like hash power, like usage of the network, tends to affect the price of an asset long term. And speaking of that, Coinbase has recently held talks to buy FTX Europe, as reported by Fortune. The firm considered FTX Europe, which went on sale after its parent company declared bankruptcy last fall due to its high profitability derivatives business and growing customer base. Will we see Brian Armstrong buy this and thus make a Coinbase Europe? This makes sense to me. They just want to use the licenses. I imagine they will change the name to Coinbase Europe or something. And again, what this means to me, this could be a huge European on-ramp of new customers, new exposure to crypto. Although I guess the acquisition talks have sort of reached a standstill and actually never reached a late stage. And as prices are falling, ask yourself, what are the signals? What are the big players doing? Google Cloud pushes deeper into blockchain data, adding 11 networks, including Polygon. Google's cloud computing business has stored historical data on Bitcoin since 2018. This was a huge sign of support for the Bitcoin network back in the bear market all those years ago. And now Google has just shown that same sign to 11 more cryptos. Google's cloud computing business is expanding, including Polygon, Optimism, Polkadot, to its BigQuery program for public datasets. They also have Ethereum, Litecoin, Dogecoin, and BigQuery is Google's serverless and cost-effective enterprise data warehouse designed for practitioners of various coding skills. So this stores data to make developers' lives so much easier. A key advantage, according to Google Cloud, is that users might be able to retrieve historical data from an off-chain provider faster than querying the blockchain directly. In a direct quote from a rep at Google Cloud, he says, "Over the past 18 months, we've been investing in this space. We've continued to hire, we've continued to grow not only our business development and our go-to-market teams, but also our product and engineering capabilities. We're really beginning to show that we're not just fly-by-night, and we're not just here when the time is going well." So they're saying we're not just here in a bull market, we believe in this space, we believe in these blockchains, even in the bear. Other blockchains recently added to BigQuery include Avalanche, Arbitrum, Kronos, Ethereum's Go Early testnet, Phantom Opera, Near, and Tron. Also, Google Cloud said it will improve the Bitcoin BigQuery dataset by adding support for the Ordinals project. aka NFTs, on the Bitcoin network. Now, so many of you watched our video yesterday on Gary Gensler and the SEC. Well, in a new motion, both Binance and CEO CZ seek a dismissal of the SEC lawsuit, citing regulatory overreach. So this was a joint filing, and in the 60-page petition, the legal reps for both Binance and CZ accused the SEC of failing to provide clear guidelines for the crypto sector before initiating the lawsuit against the crypto exchange. As a result, they argued that the SEC was attempting to retroactively impose its regulatory authority over the crypto industry, meaning you charged us before you made the rules. In a direct quote from the filing, it reads, "In attempting to claim regulatory power over the crypto industry, the SEC distorts the text of the securities laws. The SEC also seeks to enlarge its jurisdiction globally to include transactions on foreign cryptocurrency platforms, denying Supreme Court precedent holding that the agency's regulatory authority ends at the U.S. border." Two very reasonable claims. The petition further stated that the SEC pursues these novel theories retroactively, seeking to impose liability for sale of crypto assets that occurred as far back as July 2017, before it actually provided any public guidance concerning digital assets. As the SEC lacks authority to do this, Binance Holdings Limited and CZ seek to dismiss the complaint. Now, my opinion is Binance versus the SEC, as well as Coinbase versus the SEC. Binance has near unlimited money compared to a government agency. Coinbase has so much money compared to the SEC, a government agency. But because I would just assume they're going to drag this out into oblivion, as they should, they're trying to win, I don't think we have to wait until Gary Gensler, as the head of the SEC, changes his opinion on crypto. I think we just have to outwait Gary until he retires or until somebody new is appointed. Now let's talk about Algorand. Let's talk again about Polygon. Limewire continues its Web3 journey with Creator Studio on Polygon. So as the file sharing network, Limewire was once used to spread pirated music back in the early 2000s. They're now a Web3 company, and they're used to give musical artists more ownership in their music if/when it's used. The studio's first use case is image generation, allowing users to create new images or enhance existing images via various artificial intelligence models. And then later this year, users will be able to use a library of melodies, beats, and songs to create AI-generated music. And again, the goal is to benefit the original creators. Everything created in the studio will be minted on the Polygon blockchain. The platform splits earnings between the uploading artists of the original content and the creator of the newly AI-generated content. Now, this is one of the cryptos I'm invested in. If you like Polygon in general, you like this. And also, huge announcement from Algorand at token 2049 in Singapore. One of the most popular programming languages in the world, with line-by-line debugging, is the future of building on blockchain, and it's coming to Algorand in Q4.
So with AlgoKit 2.0, we're bringing pure Python development to Algorand. And what this is going to allow you to do is to build applications for Algorand's Layer 1 in real Python without concession. So this is not going to be a weird syntactic variant on Python, actual Python. And you'll even be able to do line-by-line debugging. And so this brings a huge change in terms of the inclusivity for Algorand. So everyone from kids in university who are learning prototyping in Python for the first time, all the way to, of course, the hot topic at the moment, the ML AI guys who all build in frameworks around Python. Everyone will have the knowledge to deploy contracts on Algorand. And so this is a significant change in how easy it's going to be to build and how inclusive Algorand is.
Be sure to join us in October at Bitcoin Amsterdam. Use code Altcoin Daily for 10% off your ticket, link down below. And click subscribe. You do not want to miss a daily video.